Hello everybody, I am Muddy Dragon and welcome back to the Eureka server. Well, this is actually Season 3, the very beginning. Very sorry that I didn't actually manage to record the very start of it. The opening time of the season was the day before, or the night before, and I was unable to get on at that time because it was about midnight in the UK. So I just spawned in on the top of the mountain. Oh boy, that was fun. I thought I was recording, it turns out I wasn't recording, and so that's why I just look up at the mountain here. But yeah, it was really high up, and I was worried that I was going to fall because there's goats up there. So yeah, after that, we just ran down the mountain here, and I started to gather some wood, and just tried to get some food, because there was no animals around at all. So after gathering some food for a while, I then went off around the mountain, because as you see, well, maybe see now, we have a world border. Now that's because at the time their paper hadn't actually been released. Now you need paper pretty much when you're playing on servers, because it helps the whole thing run much smoother. And so, because that hadn't actually been released, the whole of the spawn island, this mountain, was where everyone was currently playing. So that made things quite interesting, because everyone's living pretty much on top of each other. But there was a few hundred blocks in the entire area to go through. So I made my way up to the top of the mountain here, and found this nice little nook area. Thought, you know what, this could actually be a possible place to call home for a short time. So yeah, as you can see, I made it a home. And shortly after that, that's when Paws arrived. And so yeah, because we're basing together, or at least in close proximity, that's why she joined me over there, and we started getting to work, grabbing as much stuff as we possibly could. And we agreed that we would working on a tree farm, and just a tree, of course, a wood shop, as well as some other stuff, because as you'll see later on, yeah, we did end up I found the skeleton spawner. So of course with the skeleton spawner we can sell bows, we can sell arrows, we can sell bone meal. Bone meal is the one thing that's going to give us quite a lot of money, as well as the wood that we're going to be selling. So, a nice job. Now, once I had started to get some stuff together, then I decided to do a little bit of fishing. Because it's better than going in the water. Well, I guess going in the water is quite good, because then you can get them much quicker, but it's much safer to stay out of the water and actually do some fishing, because of course, you can also get some enchanted books and enchanted fishing rods and other stuff. So it's a really good thing to do, is a bit of fishing. So you can see, even though I had a fishing rod, I ended up getting a fishing rod, an enchanted one, and another one, and another one. I had quite a few in the end. So after that I went off doing a bit of digging, and after a while I found some diamonds. So it was only 3 diamonds, but still. It was three diamonds that I gave away to Paws, because I knew later on I'd be going digging again, and I'd get some more. As you can hear from my voice, I have lost a little bit of my voice. I've been recording quite a bit, and yeah, it takes a toll on your voice after a while. I believe I've got a little bit of a cold coming on as well, so that's never very good. But oh well. And so after a little while of walking around, I come back, and yeah, Paws had built this area out and covered it in dirt, and put a lot of saplings down, and just was gathering a heck of a lot of wood. And so I went and I started to gather some wood as well. And then she had actually gone off in search of animals. She actually found some animals, and was in the process of bringing them back. It was quite a lot of work, and I was already doing other job stuff, gathering the wood and stuff like that. And also she just built like a staircase going straight the way down to the waterage. So that's where the animals were living. Yeah, it was just such a big surprise. I walk away for a little while to work on stuff, gathering and all that, and then I come back and I see a lot of progress. It's amazing. She can really work really fast. It's insane. And so after all that, I then decided to go off on a little adventure. And I found myself in the deep dark. That was something else. Because I went, all I wanted to do was just do some digging and I ended up finding it. And then I returned again much later, and I went into the ancient city, and it was bloody terrifying. It really was. When you're down there, the music that plays, it does sound like the warden is actually there. Because in one part they played what actually sounded like the warden's footsteps. And because I heard that, and it did sound like his footsteps, I bolted. I ran so fast. Because I really thought, wait, someone's been down here. I know people had been down there, but I thought people had been down here recently, and he was still out and about. So once I heard what sounded like the footsteps, I ran my arse out of there. And then I gave it a few minutes, and I returned into the area, and it was still terrifying. But apart from seeing some of the chests that had been looted, there was quite a lot that hadn't been looted. I ended up getting some soul torches. I got this bow that you can see here, which has got mending on it. So either someone had mending on a bow and they left it, or they just left a mending bow in the chest. So I nabbed that thing. I also found some diamonds when I was in this area, as well as when I was digging in the area to get, well, I wouldn't say to get to here, but on my way, and I ended up stumbling across this place. Yeah, I got myself some diamonds in the end. Yeah, having 11 diamonds at that point, it was quite nice. Get myself a few that I could actually use for a diamond pickaxe, and the rest we put into a block, and we could share it between myself and Paws. We could also just use it as payment for a shop, and then we can at least be earning diamonds as well. So it's good, you know, spend money to make money sort of thing going on. So once my adventure had finished in the deep dark, I just returned to the surface, and pretty much the next day after, it was quite a few hours, I was grinding the skeleton spawner for a good 4 or 5 hours, something like that. And I had a lot of bone meal. Of course, after that amount of time, you would have a lot of bone meal. And I did have quite a lot of it, quite a few stacks of it. And so I just returned that to the base area. And later on in the day, towards I believe it was like the afternoon, evening time, we had the announcement that paper had been released. So the servers, our server was going to be up and running. We'd be able to go as far away as we'd like, and yeah, basically everything would be loading correctly. It would be good for all the players. So straight away we logged back in after that short few minute break whilst it was getting updated and all that, and we already had ideas of where we wanted to go. The seed has, everyone knows what the seed is and stuff like that, so there were a few people that were making plans, and myself and Paws included. I have looked at the map, I haven't really gone into details of it, but she's gone and seen and plotted where we can go to and stuff like that. So that was quite good. That was actually quite a good idea. So she managed to get on before I did, and she was already on her way. I believe it was north she was going, and she got a map and an awful lot of saplings on her way. I, on the other hand, managed to get lost trying to get, well, I say got lost, it was the map is gigantic, isn't it? And you're going around islands and stuff like that. But it felt like I got lost. And eventually she got to the Mushroom Island first, and after my diversion going around finding ice and trying to avoid the Guardian Temple and stuff like that, after several minutes, as you can see, I roll up over at the Mushroom Island where we're calling home. And that's pretty much where we are right now. Apart from that, yeah, we've just explored. We went off in search of the mangrove swamp, which was rumoured to be quite close according to the map, and it wasn't there. It was not there. So after that, I jumped on the camera account because she had the coordinates for the other one. So after that, yeah, I flew my camera way out there just to confirm it was real, it weren't just a myth, and it was there. It was there. It was good to find it, because you don't want to go have a look on the map and the map says something and it ends up not being what the map actually says it is. So I don't know where the issue was with that. So with that done, of course it's the next day now, because it took a long time for me to go into the Nether from the Mushroom Island and to build a portal, doing a little path going off to make another portal to get us into the mangrove swamp. And it's a gigantic place, it really is. It's hard to get the wood from them as well. It really is. It's no joke. But it was good fun. I got a lot of mud, a lot of mangrove roots, whatever it's called, that are covered in mud. So you can get all different variety. You get the normal ones and you get the ones that are covered in mud. And the mud looks pretty good as well. And so does the mangrove wood as well. It looks awesome. So yeah, after about, 45 minutes or an hour of working my butt through the Nether, trying to get to these coordinates that had to be exact to get to the mangrove swamp, I did it. It felt good. I did it. It was a lot of hard work, I can tell you that, because it had to be built way out across a lava lake. I was going to record it all, but for the past few days, the whole recording, the entirety of this video would be about 10 hours in total, and that's with some AFK stuff thrown in and loading and sitting around and stuff like that. But yeah, overall it was about a 10-hour in total or more of recording. So from here we've gone off, and she's gone one way, I've gone the other way, and we're just I'm building the iron farm. Now we've got villager location, we can start using villagers, breed the villagers, and getting the iron farm sorted. As you can see, it's the same one that I use on my single player world, which is built by, what's his name, Logical Geek Boy, I believe. I'll put the name in the description for the video, as well as a link to it if I remember to do so. But either way, it's quite an easy one to do, because off on each side of it, well, the 3 remaining sides, you build farms for the villagers, and so they're all doing their work all the time, and they throw the food to their friend, it gets caught into the hoppers, and you keep the food. And so it's really, really useful. Or you can just build the iron farm, which is what I've done. And that brings us to the end of the video. So I have got plans for the island, and a lot of plans, as I have mentioned. I haven't mentioned it yet. No, I haven't. We're going to go for something quite epic. I believe I can say it now. We're going to be building stuff that I grew up with, shall we say, and It's going to be like a whole island or a whole base area based on pretty much technology. So there's going to be a gigantic storage room in the shape of an Xbox Series X. So that's going to be interesting to build that. I've built it in creative and it was quite a lot of work, but I can do it in survival, trust me. There's going to be a PlayStation 1 in there, there's going to be a Nintendo Switch involved. Basically, the whole area is going to be based on computer consoles, and there'd possibly be a PC in there somewhere and a desk and stuff like that. I just wanted it to be something that's quite different and it's going to look awesome. And it's just like based on all the things that I grew up with, so there's going to be possibly an area for like Mario as well as Sonic and other stuff like that. I have kind of told you what the ideas are now, so I can talk about it a little bit in my single player world. I've been planning these for several weeks. But apart from those buildings will be used for like storage and villages and just stuff that looks nice. There's going to be other stuff thrown in that I'm not going to tell you about, and it's going to be a big surprise. Yeah, I hope you stick around for the series. Sorry about my voice being a little bit croaky at the minute. But yeah, I'm starting to feel a bit better. Overall, just get some medicine down and stuff like that, and just crack on with stuff. But yeah, thank you all for watching. It is greatly appreciated. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel, smash like and hit that bell to be informed whenever I bring out a new video. This will be coming out every week, or maybe more than once a week, depending on what stuff is in my schedules and so on. As well as the single player world, I'll be bringing that out as much as I can, so possibly once a week or maybe every other week. It depends on, like I say, what's going on and what stuff I've got recorded already and what's in the schedule. But yeah, in the next video everything will be returning back to normal. Hopefully my voice will be back by then. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.